We may have split the atom, landed on the moon, and mapped the human genome. But we're still a long way from being able to say we've got things figured out. There are still places we've yet to explore, frontiers, beyond which we know nothing about.
Ultimately, I think we call something a frontier if it's inaccessible, if it's difficult to study, if it's difficult to get to.
In the next hour, we'll be exploring the final frontiers, starting with deep space and our own deep oceans. We'll begin with the discoveries that have changed what we know about our own solar system and open our eyes to an unknown world beneath the waves. And you'll see why those seemingly different places actually have a lot in common. And then we'll show you the mind-bending new ideas about how our universe came to be. So buckle up. We're on a voyage into the unknown. Space has been called the final frontier for a reason. What keeps us from knowing is its size.
The universe is so immensely large that it almost makes no sense to talk about how big it is. All those stars that you see in the Milky Way galaxy are hundreds and thousands of light years away.
But little by little, we've found ways to cross those vast distances by using tools like the telescope. These optic marvels have brought deep space into focus, and they've shown us amazing things about our own solar system.
We used to think that Pluto was the farthest extent of our solar system, but Pluto turns out to be one of a family of objects out there in the Kuiper Belt.
Not long ago, we thought our solar system began with the Sun and ended with Pluto, 3 billion miles away. Beyond Pluto, we thought space was empty. But then, in the 90s, astronomers saw things out past Pluto in a completely unknown region of the solar system they called the Kuiper Belt.
The Kuiper Belt is a collection of icy, rocky things out beyond Neptune. And there are many, many large objects out there.
If it's one thing we've learned from the Kuiper Belt, it's that the solar system's a whole lot bigger than we thought. Let me show you what I mean. Can I borrow that?
Sure.
Thanks. Now, if I use this basketball to represent the sun, now the real sun's about 1 million miles across. But I put this basketball sun down on this street corner in Los Angeles and ask the question, how far away is the Kuiper Belt? It'd be really far down that way. How far? Let's find out. The Earth is about 93 million miles away from the sun, which puts it about here, about 89 feet away from our basketball. The Kuiper Belt, though, is still a long ways away. Let's check it out. Okay, here we are about 8 blocks away from our little basketball sun. That's a little over half a mile. But this is where we would find Pluto, which we now know is the beginning of the Kuiper Belt. But where do we have to go to find the end? We gotta keep walking. So here we are at the edge of the Kuiper Belt. We're about 12 blocks away from our basketball sun. In reality, that's about 5 billion miles. And that very fact alone means that the solar system is about twice as big as we once thought it was.